QuickView, we want to harmonize levels. When we talk about harmonizing levels, we're talking about the QuickView being able to pull levels in the market that pretty much, for the most part, let us know where the highs, lows, and the turning points are going to be. The reason why this works for us is because we are harmonizing the market analysis. Because QuickView is market analysis, it's multiple forms of analysis all put together in one. We're able to find the cherry pick, if you will, points of the market. You see, you have to understand this about the market. The market is nothing more than a crowd doing something, basically. And the more people you get doing the same thing in a crowd, the more influence they will have over the rest of the crowd. If the majority of the crowd is going to the right, the chances are the crowd will go to the right. And likewise, in the market, when you make analysis and you have multiple forms of analysis agreeing with one another, then you probably have a majority, which is why QuickView works so often. Let's give some examples. For example, let's look here in this area of new and previous support resistance in the QuickView. Notice that we don't always have numbers showing up in all these columns. Now, of course, we have quite a few columns. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 columns. But we don't always see numbers in all of those columns. The reason being is because they only appear when certain criteria is met. There has to be an agreement of a variety of different forms of analysis agreeing at the same price level, and that is called harmonizing the market. Also, on top of that, when we can take the prices that harmonize in our previous areas of support and resistance and match them with other areas such as price channels and linear regression bias channels, and then match them again with other channels, or even with our potential stops and limits, makes it even more powerful. Let's look for an example. First, we look for patterns, of course, in QuickView in terms of the previous areas of support and resistance. Here's a day recently, March the 17th. We had resistance at 38.12. The previous day was closed at 137.63. For the day, we had a trend that was in the long side to the upside. That's what the L represents. Started a new set of consolidation. Didn't last, but nevertheless, we had signals of first full house, overbought, an isolated LA. It was an LT reversal signal. These are reversal signals that we can expect to see possibly resistance holding the price to keep it from going any further to the upside. Well, in that instance, what we would be doing, also it was the fourth day on the squeeze pattern of up, down, up, down. So we would look for this resistance at 138.12, which is also matching the potential high for the day in one of our potential stops and limits columns. And then you can see here on a wall beneath it supporting it at 137.34. Now, because it's still a long trend, this may support it. Because of the reversal signals, this may hold it. From 137.63 the following day, it went to 138.18, filling the short to sell at 138.12, went as low as 137.26, which filled this area as well. Basically, price was held between this wall and this resistance, finishing the day at 137.36. Partially because of the mixed bias that was going on between the longs, the people that were looking at the fact that it was in a long trend, but yet and still there were reversal signals saying that this day is going to take a move back, which it did. So this is an example of what I'm saying, how it's harmonized and the advantages that it can afford you if you know how to use it. Very quickly, we'll just delve into the next day that fell another 128 pips from 137.36. If you look here, now you have a wall on top of you starting at 137.60, and on your weak side you have 137.02, which would basically mean if it falls below it the bottom falls out, which is exactly what happened. We can also slide over a little further and see that this 137.20 is a major support level just above the 702, which means if we break that 3702, which is below the 37.20, that's more of a indication of the fall, or the bottom falling out, so to speak. Notice the 137.03 and the 137.02, they're very close together, and they're just underneath our major support of 137.20, letting us know that the bottom is falling out with a reversal narrow range tweezer top. It's letting us know that it's heading to the downside. So this is harmonizing. This is how QuickView harmonizes levels and biases in the market. And the more you learn from forexuniversity.net, the better you will become at being able to use QuickView to make a very good profit.